Bring it back.
Yo, what is up guys? It's Gumwings here, back with another reaction video. I've been kind of slacking with my reaction videos, because like Wansee Entertainment uploaded 4 videos this whole week. So instead of reacting one at a time, uploading one at a time, I decided to react to all 4. Just because like I've been slacking because of school. So I'll be reacting to 4 of his stories. The link will be in the description down below, you guys, for each video in order. So like the first video I'm reacting to is True Horror Ghost Tour Stories. Sorry, I had to pause for a bit. But yeah, I'll be reacting to that first. Then every video after, then there's next 4 uploads. So hope you guys enjoy. If you guys like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button for more content. And also, if you do subscribe, hit that post notification bell, because I don't have a schedule. Alright, let's begin. That's loud.
When I was a kid, I was
Jesus
really...
Christ, I gotta pause here. Her face is really creepy. The moment I open this up, her face is like so creepy, fam.
into paranormal things, such as ghosts and spirits, so I always got really excited for Halloween. On one Halloween, my parents took me and my brother to a ghost tour in the city. During the tour, we would visit real haunted houses, which were said to have some really violent ghosts.
I'm recalling it, there's a
more
jump scare.
excited.
There's gonna be
We arrived at
a
the
jump
location
scare.
for the tour meetup, an empty parking lot, but we were a bit early and nobody else had arrived yet. It was a chilly October night, so my parents decided that we should find a building to wait in until more people arrive.
They're probably gonna. Are
We
they calling
walked
it?
over
Calling it? They're going to the haunted building. Go to the haunted building, man. I'm really calling it. Cliche.
to
Cliche
the building
much?
that the parking lot was meant for, an old hotel, and entered the vestibule. We tried to fully enter the building, but we found that the doors leading to the lobby inside were locked. After a few minutes of standing around, I started to feel strange.
Ooh.
A nauseous feeling had swept my stomach. Goosebumps ran up and down my arms, and a piercing feeling of being watched was stabbing, almost burning my back.
Ooh.
Looking around, it was obvious that me and my family were the only ones inside the vestibule.
Look behind you.
The lobby of the building was also devoid of people. Once we saw people enter the parking lot, we left, and I felt better. And after that, I was shocked to see the first place we stopped on the tour was the building my family had been waiting in.
Ah, I called it.
Now, this building we won't enter, because the spirit inside here is more violent than the others will encounter. The guide stated.
Why does the
In
guy look
here,
so normal?
we have the Shadow Man. He doesn't terrorize the whole building, just the area that you enter through. He's been known to slap and scratch people coming inside. A few pictures were passed around. All of a sudden, I don't know how and why, but I recognized that an inky black figure stood against the door's windows. Its eyes were glowing white, and it had long fingers and pointed nails.
It's
It
just
was
your
freaky
imagination.
to think that
It's your
I might
imagination.
have been targeted by the Shadow Man, but I didn't think much of it.
He's gonna pull a
until
jump scare
after
now.
the
Yo, he's pulling a jump scare now, man.
tour when my family went back home. I started to complain to my mom that my back was itching and burning, so she grabbed some ointment and told me she would look at it. We thought it was just a bug bite. We had been walking around outside at night after all. When she lifted my shirt,
Ooh.
she asked when I had scratched my back. I told her I hadn't. She took a picture on her phone and showed it to me. I was met with a long red scratch leading from my shoulder to the middle of my back. The skin on my back was a shade of red,
What are you calling it? It's shadow.
like a rash. Me and all of my family couldn't say anything, but just turned back straight to our house. The Shadow Man had got me.
Okay, that ending got me. That ending got me so bad. Holy. The ending got me, man. I was feeling it. My anxiety was growing, and then like I thought like the Shadow Man was gonna like pop out in the screen. It got me. Okay, let's do the next reaction. Okay, guys, our second reaction is I went in the wrong ride. So yeah, um, this video will be in the description down below. It'll be the second video, the second link I release when I put the original videos. So if you guys wanna watch this for yourself, just like go to the link.
This is not about my story, but someone from my church, and he wanted to share his experience with anyone else.
Okay, just pause. There's like one thing wrong with that, and that's like, you can just tell the story yourself. You can just take credit. Like, you're already doing it anonymously. Like, why would we care if it's someone else's story? Like,
He's a 32-year-old man, and his pseudonym is Mark. He's a fairly big
bro,
guy,
I can hear
and this
it was
situation
vibrating.
took place when he was on his way home from work. He said that he had lost his phone 1 week before this whole situation happened, so he couldn't call and get any help during the story. It was quite late, around 11 p.m. He had
Okay,
finished
so you
work
don't have
and was
cash?
walking to a taxi stop location, and when he got there, a few people were standing around waiting as well. After about 2 minutes, he noticed that there was a minivan approaching. Usually, minivans are cheaper than taxis, and he felt tired that day, so he decided to take the minivan. He
Like,
sat
you
on a
see,
seat, and there was a young boy seated in the passenger side next to the driver, who was collecting the fare. And then, 2 other boys who looked like teenagers also boarded the minivan and sat in the seats in front of him. Once the minivan took off, after about
wow,
5
that's
minutes,
great
the
animation.
boy asked if they would like to drink some Coke.
Okay, I'm already calling it. Someone's gonna drink that. Someone's drinking that, and I already know it's gonna go south. It's gonna go downhill. It's all gonna go south. Alright. Number one, when you drive with strangers, do not take drinks. Number two, when you're with someone, do not take their drink. Like, I don't care. As long as it's in a can, I'm drinking it, man. I'm not drinking it. If it's in a can, I can actually trust that. Just because, like, how are you supposed to, like, fix it once the can's open? With the bottle, you can just, like, hide it in. Like, if, I'm not taking that. I can also take a juice box too, because you would tell. It has to be like that juice box where like you have to put the straw in. I'm not talking about those ones where like the cap. So already calling someone's gonna drink it, and the kid was all in it. His father was getting unsuspecting victims, and the kid was all part of this plan.
The boys accepted and started drinking,
They're dead. They're dead.
and they also gave it to Mark. Mark was also feeling thirsty, so
He's
he
dead.
took it,
He's
but
dead
only
too.
a sip.
He's dead.
Not much later, he started feeling drowsy. Just before he about laid his head on the seat beside him, he noticed that those 2 boys were already knocked
You're
out.
dead. You're dead.
After he laid his head down, he heard noises coming from the back seats. 2 people were talking in a different language.
Ooh,
The
go
car
hide
was
it.
passing a big signboard that showed Crest Chicken Farm. And then he finally passed out.
You're dead.
When
You're
he got
dead.
up, he found himself inside a big shed-like barn, and there were some tools on a big table. He was on the floor, and the other 2 teenage boys were laying next to him. He still felt a bit drowsy, but he managed to get himself up as he was looking for an escape. He saw that the 2 boys were still passed out, so he tried waking them, but they wouldn't budge. As Mark was kind of a big man, he tried to see if he could carry one of them, but it was hard to do because even Mark was having a hard time to stand properly. And then he heard voices. He took a peek from the door, and 3 people were walking toward the big shed, coming from a house on the hill, which was quite close to the shed. Mark panicked and tried to look for another exit. He was looking around the place, and he found one at the end of the shed, luckily. He approached quietly and escaped as fast as he could.
Those boys are gone.
At this
Feel that
point, his
guilt.
vision was all blurry, but he managed to find a fence door and unlocked it. He heard the people shouting, but he ignored. He just kept on running. When he finally reached his house, it was early morning, around 5 a.m. His wife was up all night waiting for him and ran out the front door as soon as she saw him. He collapsed and slept for almost the whole day.
Those
When he
boys are
woke
dead.
up and finally got a chance to explain to his wife what had transpired that night, he remembered about the other two boys who were still there. Then he contacted the police immediately.
Those guys, am I
He
calling
told the
it? Those
police
boys are
about the
dead.
road signs and a big billboard for Crest Chicken Farm and other things that he could remember. About 2 weeks after, there was a police report about how they found two teenage boys' bodies in a lake and advised that when they examined the bodies, all their organs were missing. Mark
You
just
don't do
stood
that
in
sound.
fear. And as the event was too traumatic for him, Mark had to quit a job for a while.
Damn, I knew they were dead. That's why you don't accept drinks, man. Especially when like he tried helping them. He tried. So you gotta give him that. He didn't go by himself. He wanted to help them, but they're too heavy. So like, it's their fault. That's why you don't accept drinks when like you're with someone. It could be drugged. So yeah, I'm not. If someone offers me drinks, like I ain't accepting. Um, you can give me the money and see me pay for my own drink if you want, but I'm not trusting you giving me a drink, okay? Like something could happen in the middle of that thing. Anyways, let's go on to the third video. Okay guys, our third video is True Horrible Camp Story. So yeah, this will be the third link in the description down below. So yeah, let's go react to this video.
This happened when it was our school's camping day. All the grades went to each other's places, and our teacher had taken the 6 students to this large site that was quite cheap. It started off all right. I got a room with some of my friends at the time, and my closer friends were in the next room.
So is this camping or
The first
inside?
incident started when I was the only one in my room, still packing mine and the other people's stuff away. I was on the bottom bunk, letting my mate take the top. When I looked up was some sentence, and it said, "Hello, you are going next."
Red flags? I'm showing that to my friend and they're trying to give them out too. By the way, is it just me or or can you see this guy's dong? Like, literally, they drew the dong out. Like, you can't unsee it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. I'm not sure if you can see my mouse or not, but like you can see the guy's dong. You can see the guy's private.
With a creepy smile. On the second day, we all went outside. There were teepee tents next to a field. I hung out in one with one of my friends. Some others hung out in a second tent. But in the third tent, I saw a shadow with a knife. I told the teacher and another student who went in, but didn't come out. But
You're
nobody
gone.
believed me,
You're gone.
and there was nobody inside the tent. I thought something was really weird. On the third day, 3 of my roommates were out on a day trip with some others, which I was going to do the next day. I had done a mud course, and after that, I decided to have a shower. The water was black and disgusting, which added to this
Ew.
horrible week. All of a sudden, when I was still in the shower booth, the doorknob was shaking.
I'm trying to
I
get in.
screamed, and when I got out, I saw a handwriting, "You won't leave alive," on the wall. Then I saw a shadow in the window. My room's door was locked while I was having a shower, so no one could enter in our room. The 4th day, I was taking a walk someplace that no one knew, and then I found a
Okay, why would you walk? Why would you walk by yourself? Like, Why? Just, just why? There's a guy stalking you with a knife, and he saw you take a shower. Why would you walk by yourself? Idiot.
Huge knife and blood-soaked clothes.
Run. I'm
I
out.
just hoped that this stupid and terrible camp would finish soon. Then the last night, I woke up in the middle of the night because I saw the same shadow leaving my room. And there was a knife on the floor. Again. I couldn't sleep the rest of that night. The last day, I was left to clean the room and set the beds for the students, whoever would use it next. When I was about to finish, I saw the door and it said, "You are lucky you survived. I didn't have enough time, but next, I will not let you go."
Ooh.
By the panic, so I ran from that
Okay, I thought like
creepy
to just go
room.
pop the door.
I told my teacher. However, by the time we got back, it was gone.
How can the writing be gone?
As I got onto the bus, I looked in the window of that room, and the shadow. And in the other hand, with a D in the window of that
Oh.
room, and
Okay, I
the
had to
shadow
pause.
stared back at me, with a decapitated head in one hand, and in the other hand, the same knife I had seen twice. Later, when I came back from the camp, I heard about that place. It was an orphanage and a mental institution that had many mysterious deaths. To this day, I wondered what would have happened if I'd spent longer than 5 days at that place.
You're gone. You're gone. I don't know how I'm surviving while getting a heart attack, man. These videos are actually getting me. By the way, that was a fake scream when I saw the guy getting his head decapitated. Whatever the word is. Oh my gosh. And finally, our last video of the day, or the last video I'm going to react to is creepy guy stalked me through TikTok. This is his most recent video. When I was looking for his videos, he apparently uploaded a top 10 scary animated video that he made. Basically, just his scary animated videos. But you know, I'm gonna react to this instead. So yeah, this will be the link in the description, and then you have my social media. So let's react to this video. Oh, Nightmare Files is narrating this? Cool.
This happened pretty recent, about 3 weeks ago. Myself and 3 friends were hanging out at a shopping center one evening.
Bro, the music's really getting to me. The music's really getting to me, man. Yo, chill.
We're messing around posting clips on TikTok. Then one of my friends started laughing. And I asked her what she was laughing at. She told me that guy behind us kept staring at me. When I turned around, it was some older guy.
You don't laugh at that. You don't laugh at that. I don't care. You don't laugh because of that. When does a guy look? When does like an old man looking at you? Just you have two things. He's a boomer and he's interested in what you're doing, or he's a pedophile. It's one or the other, or probably both. But like, I ain't part of that. You know what? The moment catch him, I'm gonna act normal and I'm walking away. If he follows me, I'm gonna tell him to stop. If he still follows me, I'm reporting him.
Just watching me. He had black sunglasses, a cap, an old Adidas tracksuit with scuffed up shoes, and had a disgusting looking beard.
Yes, Tim's.
My friends thought it was hilarious, but I found it really weird.
See, me too.
Then another one of my friends said she thinks that guy lives on her street, about a few houses down from her.
Ooh.
She said that he actually follows her on TikTok. At that point, I quickly got my phone out to check if he was following me, and he was. I had to block him because he seemed a bit creepy. We went to get
Smart.
McDonald's before we went home, and I received a message on TikTok from someone.
Wait, why is there a menu at McDonald's? Like, why? Since when does McDonald's do that? Usually you just order at the counter and they tell you to go have a seat or not. No one does that. A fast food. I don't think anyone does that, man.
It was that guy who had been following us. His name was Greg, and he wrote, "Why did you block me?"
Who's following
with
you?
2 emojis. One was a crying face, and the other one was an angry face.
Oh, you're done.
He had actually created another account that day in the shopping center. I blocked that account as well,
Yeah, keep
hoping
blocking.
that would be the end of it. I didn't mention it to my friends this time, knowing they would just laugh. That night, I was up late and had Netflix on in the background as I was chatting with my friends on Facebook while scrolling through TikTok. I got up to use the bathroom, and when I returned, I had 3 messages from my friends, all saying the same thing. All were things like, "Who's in your room?"
Ooh. Ooh, he's hiding. He's hiding. You know, take my phone. I'm gonna hide somewhere. I'm going
"What's
somewhere
up
else.
with your last post?" I asked them what they were talking about, and they told me to check my TikTok, so I did. It was a clip of my bedroom. It was a clip of someone picking up my phone and recording the inside of my room. At that point, I heard a creaking.
I'm out.
Then I heard a man's voice say, "Sorry. Please don't scream."
Scream!
And turned to see my closet door slightly open. I started to scream when the same guy who had been following us burst out of my closet and tried to cover my mouth. Thank God I screamed and it was enough for my parents to hear.
Why?
They came upstairs and my dad tackled the guy to the floor. The police were called and he was arrested. We were informed that the guy had straight up admitted to stalking and breaking and entering. One of my friends pointed out, if I go back and look at the post on TikTok from when
He's
we
hiding.
were in the shopping center, you can see Greg is in almost all of those pictures, somewhere in the background. I haven't heard what's going to happen to Greg yet, but I just hope he won't ever come near us again.
He's going to bed. Fuck that. Bro. The one about the one at the amusement park, that's actually hilarious. Oh my god. But that was a good reaction. So there you guys go. There's 4 videos I've reacted to. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So all the links to all 4 videos will be in the description down below. If you guys really like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you have post notifications on, because I don't have a schedule. Peace out.